You can literally charge people $29 for a product that doesn't even fully exist yet. Most entrepreneurs think you need months of perfect coding before you can make a single dollar. They build in secret, launch to silence, then wonder what went wrong. But what if they're completely backwards? There's a systematic approach the top 1% use to get paying customers before their product is finished. I am about to show you exactly how to build your MVP, get real users testing it, and launch for actual money. This separates dreamers from people who actually make it happen. Alright, let's talk about building your MVP. This sounds super corporate, but honestly, it's just the simplest possible version of your idea that actually works. But here's where most people mess up. They think simple means perfect. Therefore, you need to focus on solving one core problem really well, not 10 problems poorly. Your users need one thing that works, not a Swiss Army knife that breaks. Here's the thing about features. Every app basically has three parts: what users see, where you store data, and the smart stuff that makes it work. And in 2025, you can start a SaaS business with AI doing most of the heavy lifting. But most beginners get overwhelmed trying to juggle multiple tools. Therefore, I recommend starting with Bubble. Bubble handles all three in one place. No coding required. It's like having a full development team, but you're just dragging and dropping. If this sounds confusing, comment below and I'll make a detailed tutorial just for you. But building the MVP is actually the easy part. The real challenge, getting people to actually use it without spending a fortune on ads. But if you understand one simple psychological trick, you can get dozens of testers for free. You've built something that works. Therefore, you need real people to break it for you. But here's the psychological trick most founders miss. People don't just want to help, they want bragging rights for discovering the next big thing. Therefore, you don't ask for testers, you offer exclusive early access. Looking for 50 beta testers sounds way better than anyone can join. Make it feel special, because it is. Now, like we discussed in part 1 of this series, you could post your link in random Facebook groups or spam your link in DMs. But that's just that, spam, and everyone ignores it. Therefore, here's what actually works. When you're learning how to start a SaaS business from scratch, become genuinely helpful first. Answer questions, solve problems, be useful to people before asking a favor. Then, when you post your beta invitation, people already know you're legit. They're way more likely to help someone who's already helping them. It's basic human psychology. But TBH, I am not going to spend my time answering people's questions. And if, like me, you are the person who'd rather speed things up, then there's a secret weapon. Platforms like betatesting.com have pools of people who literally signed up to test new products. It's like having professional testers on demand. The feedback is usually more detailed because these people know how to test properly. Here's where it gets interesting. Your beta testers just gave you a gold mine of feedback. But if you try to implement every suggestion, you'll be building forever. Therefore, you need to know which feedback actually matters. Bugs get fixed first, always. Then you tackle the user experience nightmares. If you get a flood of messages saying, "I couldn't figure this out," that becomes your immediate priority. And those shiny new feature requests, they go to the back of the line, unless they are absolutely essential for solving the one core problem you set out to conquer. Launch day. This is where most entrepreneurs chicken out. They've built something amazing, got great feedback, but then they whisper about their launch instead of shouting from the rooftops. Therefore, here's what separates successful launches from failed ones. Let your beta testers do the talking. Real people saying real things about your product beats any marketing copy you could write. Pricing time. Most people undervalue themselves and leave money on the table. Therefore, you need to understand the psychology of pricing, not just the math. What? Price your product between $10 to $20, but make your yearly plan a no brainer deal. How? Show the comparison $15 monthly or $150 yearly. The math is exactly the same, but the psychology completely different. Why it matters. This gives you upfront cash flow while making your most committed users feel like they scored the deal of the century. They become your most loyal advocates. Once you're making sales, don't stop there. Your $15 tool can become a $50 platform if you keep evolving. But track everything: signups, churn, what features people actually use. This data guides your next moves. Every successful business started exactly where you are, one customer at a time. Look, I'm not gonna claim I have some $1 million empire. I've got one employee, a day job, and way too many subscriptions. But I'm doing this all in real time and sharing every discovery with you. I'm relying heavily on AI tools, and honestly, some of them are game changing. If you want to learn alongside someone who's still figuring it out, who makes mistakes, who doesn't have all the answers, I'm your girl. Just don't make this more complicated than it needs to be. There are tons of tools, communities ready to help, mentors waiting to guide you. Use tools, use automation. I'm literally using it right here to create these videos. Whether you're following these 7 simple steps to start a SaaS business or figuring it out in your own way. The point isn't perfection. It's starting, learning as you go, building something real. Most people will watch this and do nothing. But you're going to pick a problem and start building. I believe in you. Now go make it happen. If you're curious to see how this actually plays out, the numbers, the failures, the messy behind the scenes stuff, subscribe and turn on notifications.